So a couple of weeks ago, I got this report about one of my students that used to be a part of my business academy a few years ago. I think about 2017. He used to be in the class, and it was bad news. He was suddenly in the hospital, and he couldn't move. What happened? He collapsed, and he couldn't move his body, and he was taken to the hospital. Stroke. He had stroke. What happened? Last year, on the account of the COVID-19 pandemic and all that job, he unfortunately lost his job, and he didn't have any means of income, and his wife was not working. And he's tried to get another job since last year, and it's been impossible. So late last year, a friend introduced him to Bitcoin, right? All these investments that they're making this day, and convinced him that it was a good investment and it was something he could do to make a lot of money and be able to offset all his bills and all that. So he went and cleared all his savings, some tens of millions, and being convinced and being sure that Bitcoin was going to deliver, he invested the money in Bitcoin, and he was monitoring and tracking it, being very afraid. He kept doing it like that, being sure that this will return. And suddenly, a few weeks ago, the federal government came up with a policy against Bitcoin in Nigeria, and on the account of that news, not even being sure of the details of what the government wanted to do or they want to do about Bitcoin, just hearing that news, he collapsed. And that was how he ended up in the hospital. Up till now, he's still undergoing treatment, but apparently part of his body is now paralyzed, and he may end up in a wheelchair. Why? Because he was anxious, he was afraid, and he was tensed on the account of his situation and the circumstances suddenly found himself in. My name is Muyiwa Afolabi. I'm your business, career, and personal development coach. Welcome to this video. Today, I'll be sharing with you on how to overcome fear, how to overcome anxiety and tension, how to overcome fear, anxiety, and tension. A lot of people now are so afraid. Many people are anxious. It's a post-pandemic situation and environment, and it's common. I mean, this is everywhere. People are afraid, people are anxious, and people are tensed. According to reports, over 144 million people lost their jobs last year on the account of the pandemic, the COVID-19 pandemic and its effect. A lot of people in Nigeria also have lost their jobs. A lot of businesses have shut down. A lot of companies are reporting losses. A lot of employers have let go so many of their employees. And generally, there's fear of the future. There's anxiety and there's tension everywhere. What exactly is fear? According to the dictionary, fear is an unpleasant emotion. It's an emotion. It's an unpleasant emotion that is caused by a threat. I think we should pay attention to that word. It's a threat. An unpleasant emotion caused by a threat of danger, pain, or harm. Danger, pain, or harm. Fear is an unpleasant emotion caused by the threat of danger, pain, or harm. What is anxiety? Anxiety is an intense, excessive, and persistent worry about everyday situations. Anxiety is an intense, excessive, and persistent worry about everyday situations. Dear friend, are you worried about anything? Are you worried about your everyday situations? What are you worried about? Your finances, your relationships, your health, your career, your business? What exactly are you worried about? Your children? What are you worried about? The environment? The future? What are you worried about? Many people, so many people have worries every single day. They are worried. They are anxious. They are afraid. They do not know what to do. And this has caused a lot of problems for a lot of people. And many of us today are not so excited. We're not very happy. We just live day after day. We're just enduring the situation. When we can, we blame people, we blame situations, we blame circumstances. Of course, we attack the government, and we attack our leaders, we attack our employers, we attack every single person and every single situation we feel we can just pass the blame onto. But truly, how many of us today are not worried? How many of us today are not tensed up? How many of us today are not anxious about different things or a major thing in our life? It is common, it is rife, it is everywhere. However, being common, being rife, being everywhere will not exclude or exonerate you from the consequences of anxiety and fear. Fear has got its consequences. Anxiety has got its consequences, especially on your health, on your decision making, on your choices and the things you do. Of course, we all want to be happy, we all want to be glad, we all want to be excited, we want to be achievers in life, we want to have a glorious life. We want to live the later part of our years in peace, in tranquility, and a lot of pleasure. We want to be happy at the end of our days. How do we do that successfully? With this ever-present fear and anxiety over everyday situation. What do we do about these emotions? Ladies and gentlemen, that's why I'm here. And that's why I've made this video, so I can advise and counsel on what you can do to deal with fear and to address anxiety. Anxiety can lead to a lot of health crises, health situations, like the true story I shared about a student in my class. He's still in the hospital. It's caused more problems for himself than before now. Now, even if he wants a job, he can't get one because he's paralyzed. He's going to end up in a wheelchair. The situation has gotten worse. Why? Fear and anxiety. I do not expect or hope that you will wish that for yourself. You don't want to end up dead. You don't want to end up in a wheelchair. You don't want to end up paralyzed. You don't want to end up being in and out of the hospital because of your health situations. You want a situation where you begin to live a life that is free of fear and tension and worry. And that's what I'm about to share with you. Now, I want to share with you some things to consider and some ways in which you can live your life going forward such that you'll be free from fear, especially the dangerous fear and anxiety. You'll be free from that intense, excessive, and persistent worry. You'll not be worried about anything anymore and about everyday situations. I want to share with you the steps to take in order to overcome fear, anxiety, and tension. Number one, the first thing you need to do today, after perhaps listening to this video, is to focus on the situation. Anxiety is an intense, excessive, and persistent worry about everyday situations. So the first thing you need to do is to focus on that situation. Look at that situation and carry out what I call a situation analysis. The problem, the burden, the limitations, and the opportunities. Don't avoid it. Don't push it to a side. Don't drink it away. Don't wish it away. Don't imagine it away. And don't think it is not there when it is really there. What you need to do is to analyze the situation. Analyze the situation. What are the problems you're confronting today? What are they? List them, sit down and write them down. What are the problems you're confronting? What are the burdens you are carrying? What are your limitations and what opportunities do you have? I'll state that again. What exactly are the problems you are confronting, or what is the problem that you're faced with today? What are the burdens or the burden that is on you today? What limitations do you have? And what are the opportunities that you got? So you sit down and you carry this out on the following. Number one, your finances. Sit down and analyze your finances, because when you don't analyze this thing, it may have a larger than life picture. The situation may not even be as bad as you think. You may even be overthinking some of these things and some of these situations. So the first thing you do is carry out a situation analysis. Your finances, take a look at it. Is your income becoming quite low relative to your expenses, relative to your responsibilities and financial obligations? Is your income becoming low? Your bills are growing, perhaps your children growing, and the number of things that need financial attention growing. Do you lack liquidity? No cash? Are you in that situation? Analyze your finances and write down the issues. Number two factor that could bring about anxiety, that could bring about excessive and persistent worry, your relationships. You may not be having financial challenges, but you are having relationship challenges. Have you been through, or you're going through currently, a heartbreak situation? Is your heart broken? You've been jilted, you've been rejected, you've been cheated on. There's a case of infidelity, there's a case of treachery, there's a case of betrayal, there's a case of toxicity in your relationship, there's a case of physical abuse, emotional abuse, psychological abuse. Are you every day fighting with your partner, with your wife, with your husband? Are you in a relationship of consistent and regular quarrels? Has it become the nature of your relationship? Quarrels every day. Are you checking and reviewing your partner for compatibility? Are you truly compatible, or you're realizing that there's so many areas where you're different? You had thought love was all enough. You had thought, oh, he has money, oh, she is good looking, she can cook. And right now, in that marriage, you realize that it is not enough. And you're seeing areas that you're not compatible. Your views, your values, your expectations, there is no compatibility. And you have arguments every single day. Are you a victim of manipulation, or you're a perpetrator of manipulation? Are you tired of the control? The person wants to tell you what to do, how to do it, when to do it, the way not to do it. Are you tired of the control? Are you worried about the way you look? You're not as slim, as beautiful, as shapely as you were before you had your kids. Now you look at yourself in the mirror and you just can't accept yourself. You don't love the way you look anymore. You feel you're now ugly, you're not as good looking. You feel your husband does not appreciate you anymore. You look at yourself as a man and you consider how you were. Toned muscles, six packs and all that, and right now those looks are gone. You don't look so fresh, so good looking, so exciting anymore, and it's telling on your mental state, your mental health. Manners, values, betrayal, friendship failures. You have a friend that you trusted and believed in, and the friend messed you up. The friend lied, the friend cheated, the friend took advantage of you, the friend betrayed you. Are you having issues with friendship? Are you having family crisis? I'm talking about you, your siblings, and your parents, not your own family. Extended family issues, your siblings, your cousins, your uncles, your aunts. Are you having issues with them? Parental issues, what are they throwing at you? What are they throwing in your plate? How is the attitude of your dad, your mom? Are they there? Are they not there? Are you having in-law issues as a lady? Are your in-laws stressing you to pieces? As a man, are you having serious challenges with your in-laws? Are they intruding, invading, manipulating, controlling your wife, and making her do stuff and compromise things that are upsetting you and offending you? Are you having extended family issues? So to know why you're perpetually in a state of fear and anxiety and tension, after analyzing your finances and sitting down and writing down all there is to it, you sit down again and write about your relationships. Your relationship, not just with your wife, with your children, with your parents, with your friends, with your colleagues. Write down and analyze everything. Check it out. Then you look at yourself and ask yourself, how healthy am I? Because these things also bring about the anxiety, the tension, and the fear. Do you have blood pressure? Are you dealing with blood pressure? Are you dealing with diabetes? Are you having heart issues? Are you having fertility issues? Are you dealing with infertility? Are you having organ malfunction? Your kidneys, your liver, your blood, your skin? Are you having issues with your organs? Analyze your health. If you have a perfect, clean bill of health, you are so lucky. Many people do not. So you look at that as well. Then you look at if you're in career, your career. Look at the office politics. Is there so much intense negative politics? Every office has got its politics. But how intense is the one in your office? How badly is it affecting you? How much of it is causing you worries and tension and anxiety? Are you working in a hostile work environment? Do you have a mean, insensitive boss? Do you have an insecure boss that is causing you so much problems? Are you working with treacherous colleagues? You can't tell if they're for you, if they're not for you. Are you a victim of work overload? You're doing very much more than you can handle, but you don't have a choice because you have to just do it. Are you stagnant? The promotion is not coming. You've been on the same level for 2 years, for 3 years, or 4 years. Are you having funding, that is remuneration, stagnation? No salary increase, nothing like that happening. Injustice and partiality and nepotism in your workspace, in your workplace, career challenges. Do the analysis as well. Now, if you're in business or you're combining business and career, this is also something you need to do. This is a matter of you sitting down. Lock yourself in your room, stay in your space, shut down your phone, put off the television, avoid any other person. Sit down and analyze your business. Are you experiencing poor sales, poor revenue? Poor sales, poor revenue. Your employees, the people you've employed and you're paying money to, are they self-centered? Are they irresponsible? Are they mean? Are they pilfering? Are they stealing from you? Are they plotting against the company? Is the cost of production, cost of running the business rising beyond what you can handle? Are there policies that have been put in place by the government or by anybody that is affecting your business, your clients, your customers? What are they saying? What are they doing? Is that where your worry is from? Is the business not growing? You're looking at it 1, 2, 3 years and it's not growing. Is there customer apathy? Oh, we'll get back to you. We'll get back to you. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. Your major clients, your major customers, no feedback, no response, no orders, nothing from them. Is that why you're anxious? Is that why you're worried? Is that why you're tense? So what you need to do, the first thing you need to do is this. Analyze, situation analysis. Sit down and analyze these critical areas of your life. Number 1, your finances. Number 2, your relationships. Number 3, your health. Number 4, your career. Number 5, your business. Sit down and analyze it. You know, when you have so much in you and so much in your mind and so much running through your head and you don't sit down to write it down, you don't pour. And going through the process and exercise of writing down, I promise you will begin to bring you some kind of relief, because you may just realize you've been overthinking some things, you've not wanted to accept the realities about some things, and you've just been tensed and you've just been worried, perhaps unnecessarily. And even if that is the reality of the situation, you are mentally and psychologically in a better position to be able to fight and confront and solve the problems. Rather than allow you to suck you in and soak you in and pull you down, you are taking the power from the problems and the challenges now and you're controlling it. How do you do that? Write it down. Finance, relationship, health, career, and business. Next, that's number 2. You need to review your past. Sit down and review the past. How did you get here? What many of us do when we are in a situation that is worrisome is look for immediate situations, immediate conditions, and people in your immediate environment to put the blame on. Don't do that. What you need to do is look at where you're coming from. How did you get here? How? So you review your past. How did you get here? Look at every choice you made regarding your health, regarding your finances, regarding your business, regarding your career, regarding your relationship, regarding your finances. How did you get here? The choices you made, the good one, the bad one, the wrong one, or the no choices at all. You look at everything and ask yourself, how did I get here? You will learn the lessons. You will see the mistakes. You will see the point where you missed it, the point where you made the error by analyzing your past. You will see also the blessings, and it's to encourage and console you. You'll remember that there was a particular time you were in a serious crisis, in a serious financial situation, and overnight, unexpectedly, a new client just showed up and poured a lot of money and a lot of business in your direction, and you escaped. You were blessed. You didn't struggle for it, you didn't fight for it, and it came. This kind of memory lane travel will bring the faith you need to confront the challenges you have right now so that you can deal with that worry, that tension, that anxiety. So look at the blessings that you have enjoyed in your past. Count the blessings after analyzing and reviewing the choices you made, the good, the bad, the ugly, or the ones you were indifferent about. Also list the blessings. What were the things that came your way and you didn't struggle for and you didn't fight for? Count the blessings. Then also analyze the opportunities that came your way. That phone call that came in suddenly, that mail that came in suddenly, that conversation that led to a lot of good things that happened for you, how you even met the wonderful spouse that you have right now. Look at those opportunities that came your way. Then you need to also be able to accept the pains. Oh, the person I did this with messed up. Oh, my dad hurt me. My mom hurt me. My siblings messed up. My best friend messed up. My spouse is not doing well. She's not doing right. He's not doing well. He's not behaving well. Look at your pains, the things that caused you pain. Accept it, embrace it, let it sink, then let it go. Accept it, embrace it, let it sink, then let it go. Feel it. Don't pretend. Don't say, I forgive you, when you are not really ready to do that. Let it sink, then let it go. If you don't acknowledge a pain, it will not let you be until you acknowledge it. So being strong is not ignoring the pain. Being strong is truly accepting the pain, right? And not allowing it to linger. After a while, you just have to let it go. When you have accepted it, I promise you, it is ready to go. It will leave when you say, okay, I'm over you. It's time to go. It will go. So review your past and look at it. How did you get here? What are the mistakes you made, the choices you made, the things you did wrong, the things you did right, and all that. Just review your past. The choices, the blessings, the opportunities, and the pains. Don't forget the choices, good, bad, none, or wrong, the blessings, the opportunities, and the pains. Then take the lessons. Take the lessons. Everything you've gone through in your past must teach you something. It shouldn't keep you in prison. Don't be a prisoner of your past. Never. Don't say, lie, I won't help someone again. Lie, I won't trust someone again. You've become a victim. Lie, I won't try that kind of business again. Lie, I won't do. You have become a victim. You have become a prisoner of your past. Take the lessons. Don't be angry. Don't be upset. Don't be disgruntled about all that has happened. Take the lesson. From the blessing, take the lesson. From the opportunities, take the lesson. From the pains, learn the lesson. From the good choices, the bad choices, the no choices, the wrong choices, take the lesson and write it down. Then number 3, create your future. This year, 2021, you must deliberately create the future. Don't wait and hope that that client will make it for you this year. It is that client that will make it happen for you. It is that customer that will make it happen for you. It is this government that will make it happen for you. It is this friend that will make it happen for you. Never, never lean on man. You end up frustrated, disappointed, delayed, harassed, and you'll be very anxious and worried. You keep making frantic unnecessary phone calls. My friend, now that business, how far? Wait now. You call that customer, how far? That client, how far? Wait. And everybody at a point in time will stop picking your calls because within their system, they are also facing challenges. They're facing perhaps reorganization, perhaps a remodeling, perhaps they're re-strategizing. So they will not always do things according to how you want it or in your favor. So they have their own strategies they're working on, their own tactics they're working on. So it may not come as quickly or as fast as you expect it to come. So you need to sit down and by yourself create your future. Don't say they do not exist. Of course they do, but don't lean on them. So create your future from now into the next 5-10 years. Your finances, how do you want it to be? Have a template, have a budget, have a plan, have a vision with numbers. Dreams don't come true, goals come true with numbers. So say to yourself, in the next 1 year, I want to make 20 million, I want to make 5 million, I want to make 200 million, I want to make 2 billion. Write it down and how you intend to do it. So my finances, this is where I expect the monies to come from this place, doing this, doing that, and all that. You must do that and write it down. Create your financial future. Write it down. Write it down. Write it down. Create your relationship future. Who should remain? Who should go? Who should remain? Who should go? Know the people that are truly there for you. They're never going to be perfect. I promise you. You will never have a perfect best friend, a perfect dad, a perfect mom, perfect siblings. No, they will not be perfect. But are they sincere? Are they sincere? Review your relationships and ensure anybody that is unnecessarily troubling you, messing you up, harassing you, discouraging you, mocking you, and is a burden and a distraction, let them go. Let them go. Review your relationship and plan into the future. You don't need everybody in your life. You don't need plenty of people in your life. You need valuable people in your life. And valuable people are people that are truly adding value to your life. Your life is too short to want to be friends with 7 billion people. No, you don't need a crowd. You need valuable people, not a crowd. Create a business future. How do you want to scale up your business? So you're starting with this, then you want to go on to this, Then you want to go on to that, scale it up. In the next 6 months, I'll focus on this. Then the next 6 months, I'll focus on doing this. Then the next 1 year, I'll focus on doing this. Then in 5 years, this is where the business is going to be. We're going to venture into this, into that, into this, into that. Write it down. Write it down. Then for your career as well, write it down. I'm going to be moving from this bank to the next bank to another bank, or from this FMCG to that FMCG, or from this telecoms company to that telecoms company. You can write down your career journey. It is not by force to remain in the same organization all through your career life and hoping and trusting and believing and praying about somebody promoting you. You are the owner of your career, not your employer. And you're not a tree you can move around. If an environment, if a career environment is not favoring you, move somewhere else. The challenge we face is that we enjoy a routine, and when we're familiar with a process, we don't want to let it go. Challenge yourself to move to a better place and a better environment and not be stuck with the rut. Move on, move fast, move up, and ensure that you have a wonderful career and you are attaining your levels in record time. Plan your career, write it down. Then your health. You must do something about your health. The things you will stop eating, the things you start eating, your eating habits, your exercise habits, your sleep habits, the things you'll be doing. You don't have to live very far away from your workplace. You don't have to spend 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours every day in traffic. It is a decision. It is a choice. It is not condition. It's your decision. You can move. You cannot afford to be staying in a 5-bedroom duplex in a place that is extremely far from your office because 5-bedroom duplex is cheaper there. It is better to move to a 3-bedroom apartment that is closer to your work environment so you can stroll to the office and stroll back, even if it's expensive. There's nothing that is worth your life. 5 hours in traffic every day is not good for you. Don't talk, though. It's not about the bragging right of I live in a 5-bedroom duplex that you don't sleep in, because most of the time you're sleeping in a car. Make intelligent decisions. Your health is critical. You can't keep taking in carbon monoxide every single day and think you'll live long. Be deliberate about your health. Eat right. Exercise. Don't do too much of alcohol. Don't do drugs. Don't smoke. Don't party and stay up all night. Your sleep is critical. So create your future and be deliberate about it. So you say to yourself, what are the things you must stop doing from now going forward? These things I will stop. What are the things that you must end? These things I will end them. This relationship will end. You don't even have to go to some churches because you go there because you want to fellowship, but you go there every time. It is always quarrels, fights, arguments, politics, and tension and anxiety. Some people don't sleep well at night because of problems in church. You don't need that kind of environment. Go to another church where you can have peace of mind. I don't know who that is for, but it's for somebody. You don't have to be there. Your health is important. You need to live long and healthy at that. What must you end? What relationship? What association? What behaviors? What are the things you must end? The next question, what must you start? What are you going to start doing? What are you going to start doing? Write it down. Then what are you going to start building? What do you want to start building? So these are the questions. To create a future for your finance, for your relationship, for your business, for your career, and your health, ask these questions and write it down. What must you stop? What are you going to stop from today going forward? What are you going to end from today going forward? What are you going to start from today going forward? What are you going to build from today going forward? When you have these things in your life, what it puts on your heart and your mind is hope. It gives you a sense of direction, a sense of focus, and a sense of purpose. I'm building this. I'm starting this. I'm engaging in this. And your time does not seem to be in waste. You know exactly what you're doing, so you're better coordinated. Once you're coordinated and you have before your eyes, your mind sight, a future that is exciting, that is interesting, that is inspiring, it will reduce your anxiety, it will reduce your fears, and will reduce your tension, because you see, fear is a threat, is not a reality. It's a threat. And once you have addressed whatever it is that appears to be a threat, the fear goes. The fear will go. Lastly, Well, not second to the last. How do you want to do these things? So you want to deal with somebody and the person is all in your face and all in your life, maybe in-laws, maybe even your parents. Perhaps what you can do is avoidance. Rather than quarrel and arguments and misunderstanding and all that, avoidance. Keep away from people that poison your soul. Keep away from relationships that are toxic to your soul. Keep away from people that enjoy arguing with you. Keep away from people that like to criticize you and mock you and judge you. Avoidance. Keep away from them, from their environment. How do you want to do it? Avoidance. Number 2, reconnection. If you have people in your life that have added value, when you did a think back, how did I get here? And you offended some people, you wronged some people, you maltreated some people, you trampled on some people. If you need to go back and apologize, do that. If you were ungrateful to some old helpers, go back, apologize, and try to reconnect. People are not that difficult and mean. Once they see that you have come to your senses and you have realized your error and you're willing to apologize, they will forgive. They will. So go back and reconnect. Who was that friend that was there for me? Who was that person that was there for me? Who was that person that helped, that supported me, and today I've abandoned and dumped the person? Go back and reconnect. Then habits. How do you do it? Habits. You need to learn and unlearn. There's what's called the 21 days challenge. If you want to develop a new habit, it takes you doing it every day for 21 days. It becomes a new habit. To learn new habits. For example, perhaps this is the first time you're going to buy a video and watch a video. It is a good habit to learn these things, because I tell you the truth, there is no problem in this world except one. What is that problem? Ignorance. The only problem you have in this life is ignorance. Immediately you know the solution or the answer to something, it is no longer a problem. Every problem in this world is a consequence of ignorance. What is ignorance? The knowledge you ignore. So if you are buying this video for the first time, perhaps you make it a habit to buy regularly and learn based on different aspects and different topics that will make your life a better and easier one. Knowledge is power. Applied knowledge is absolute power. So learn a habit. Read books. Read books rather than spend time on social media trying to distract yourself from your pain and your problems and your struggle. Why don't you spend time on that same social media finding answers to your pain and your pressure and your struggles? Instead of the distraction, find the answers. A better way of using social media. Then click change. That's another how. Change your click. Relate, identify, and be with people that think like you, that want to progress, that want to advance, that want to do well with their lives. Don't hang around people that are mostly about blaming people, criticizing other people, blaming the government, seeing everything wrong everywhere. Make a choice of a better clique. Change your clique. Be with people that are progressing, that are advancing, and want to do something great with their lives. Wahala no dey finish. Trouble no dey finish. If you hang out with people that are recounting, rehearsing, restating, and stating all the problems that there is, you will not move forward. Change your clique. How? Number 5, content consumption. I've said this before. What you listen to and what you see every day will determine how anxious, how fearful, and how worried you are. When you listen to bad news, breaking news that is bad, you listen to this news and that, and from the television, from social media, from the radio, when everything you keep downing every day is bad news, is bad news, is bad news, is bad news. It is an emotion. Fear is an emotion. Anxiety is an emotion. And information feeds and controls emotions. When you keep listening to bad news, bad news, bad news, bad news, you'll be afraid. You'll be afraid and you'll be anxious. Your content consumption. Make sure that you look out for good news, exciting news, breakthrough news, success news, things that have happened to people, and it's good news and it's pleasurable and it's inspiring and it's encouraging. Chase those kind of news and listen to them. Content consumption. Then also the last on how, personal branding. Personal branding. That is what? Image reconstruction. Image reconstruction. With everybody around you, you need to redefine yourself. You need to redefine yourself. You need to create a new you. Going forward, I will not take this. Going forward, I will not accept this. Going forward, I'll become like this. I'll become a better steward of my time. I won't just be using my day anyhow. I will plan every single day. From Mondays to Sundays, I'll plan it from 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock, from 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock. Every single day is planned for productivity, not for waste. So you must brand yourself. You must develop a new equity. Trust equity. When you say something, let people trust it and believe it. When you say this is what you're going to do, make sure you do it. If you're not able to do it, get in touch with the person and ask for pardon on why you're unable to do it. Have integrity. Personal branding. Then lastly, when do you want to do it? When do you want to do it? When? Today. Today, as you're done with this video, do it. Don't procrastinate. Do it. Do it now. Do it today. Do it this week. Now. Activate now. Set the goals. Do it now. Choose the new you. Now. Stay focused. Now. And be patient with yourself. All that I've shared so far, you can't just carry everything and arrange it and no, it doesn't work like that. So you need to be patient with yourself. When you sleep and you make mistakes, avoid toxic people, and the next thing you're hanging out with that person, don't be, I can't do it. No. You've slept, but you can work on it and say, okay, next time I'll be more careful. I'm going to spend so much time. So be patient with yourself. However, be resolute that this new me, I must emerge. In terms of health, in terms of finances, in terms of business, in terms of career, in terms of relationship, this new me must emerge. So give yourself time, be patient with yourself, but be resolute. However, start today and be committed to yourself and to that future. You cannot afford to keep running your life in anxiety, in everyday worry, in everyday tension, in fear. It is destructive. You cannot. So you must remain committed to yourself. Love yourself enough to desire long life. Love yourself enough to desire sound health. Love yourself enough to desire financial health. Love yourself enough to desire a growing and flourishing business. Love yourself enough to desire a flourishing career. Be committed to you and be objective. When you mess up, accept it. When other people mess up, acknowledge it. Don't make excuses for people that have told you they don't like you, they don't want you, and they want your downfall. Don't make excuses for them. Be objective. It doesn't matter if the person is your twin. Be objective. If this person does not want you to succeed, be objective. If you are the problem, be objective. Then lastly, be tolerant and be mature. Don't engage in a vengeance mission. This person do this to me, I'll do that. Do this and do that. Stop the battle. Stop the fights. You don't need it. It's distracting. It's time wasting. It's tiring. Just overlook and let people go and tolerate. But you just stay focused, committed to yourself, committed to your vision, committed to the new you, committed to your finances, your health, your business, and your well-being. And let me let you know this. Even when you emerge and you become what you have planned to become today, the new you won't still be perfect. But stick with it. As long as it moves you forward and it makes you better, stick with it. Nothing in this life is perfect. Even the new you and the better you and the superior you, it will still not be perfect, but hey, it's much better than where you're coming from. Don't subject your health to risk. Don't subject your finances to risk. Don't subject your career to risk. Don't subject your business to risk. So what do? You want to deal with anxiety? You want to deal with worries? You want to deal with tension? You want to deal with fear? Start consuming everything that will make it possible. Your soul must be nourished. Your soul must be restored. Your soul must be healthy. Because when your soul is sick, your body will be sick. When your soul is under pressure, it will affect your physical body. It will affect your relationship. It will affect everything. When your soul is sick, what exactly is the therapy? What exactly will heal your soul? The things you consume. How do I mean? The music you listen to. Pay attention to the lyrics of the kind of songs you listen to. Pay attention to the lyrics. Let the music that you listen to, let it help and heal your soul. Let it instill courage, not fear. Let it instill in you confidence, not anxiety. the music you listen to, the sermons you listen to. It's not everything that is happening to you that is demons and witches and all those people in your village. And leave people in the village alone. Most of them are innocent. The sermons you listen to, taking responsibility and trusting the power and the glory and the grace of God. Not that every time you're in trouble is because you're a sinner. Every time you're in trouble is somebody that is attacking you, is one witch somewhere, is one woman somewhere, is somebody that is after you. No, don't do that. Trust that God is able to keep you. If God is not the one keeping you, the enemy will have killed you a long time ago. So listen to sermons that put your hope and faith in God, not the ones that instill the fear of Satan and his cohorts in you. The sermons you listen to, the speeches you listen to, the videos you watch like this one, the books you read, and the conversations that you engage in. It fuels the life of your soul. It puts you in a healthy situation. It puts you in a healthy condition. It puts you in a place where you will grow and flourish and become very happy. Deal with fear. Deal with anxiety. It is not by just praying and hoping and wishing. It is by sitting down deliberately to analyze. It is about looking at your track record. It is about creating a future. It is about how you want to do it. It's about when you want to do it. And it's about healing your soul. You can do it. So when do you start? Right now. When you're done with this video, sit down and activate that healing. Deal with fear. Deal with anxiety. Don't be like my friend that is right now in the hospital with stroke. You have an opportunity to make your own situation far much better than that. Muyiwa Afolabi is my name. Thanks for your time. Thanks for listening and watching this video. God bless you. Have a lovely day.